Greetings and welcome to another excellent World of Tanks video. Now, as you saw in the title, I'm going to explain tank war chests because it occurred to me that I've never seen anybody make a video explaining them, what happens, etc. And I figured, well, I'll just use my Jolly Roger Commander, as a nice opening intro. And I have the Era 2 M3A1 Bradley, which is the tank I use him in. It's a fun tank to play. And so with the Jolly Roger, it just gives me more opportunities to listen to his magnificent comments. And I put some cosmetics on here. There we go. The front was a great place to put that wheel with the sword and the pistol. Have my American flag there, which I had previously, but then I added the white Heavy Metal Heroes skull on this side because it's very much smaller, so you have to have a really bolder looking emblem because it's considerably smaller than the American flag, and the American flag, and when it's on that side, is probably 2/3 the size. It's just much smaller, hard to see what's going on. So that explains my Bradley with the Jolly Roger himself. And then what I'm also going to do is, before I get to the explanation of tank war chest, I'm going to open up the 2 war chests that I got from the test drive. So I figured I would combine those together, make this hopefully something more special than normal. So let's go check it out and see what kind of luck I have. There we go, 2 war chests remaining. Cross your fingers. Okay, let's go get it. There's the fingers crossed. Hooray, 50 gold and 400,000 silver. I have plenty of silver. So, let's see what happens here. 3 days of premium and 50 gold. So, hooray, I got 100 gold out of those 2. And 3 days of premium and 400,000 silver. Whoop-de-doo on the silver. Could be worse. At least I got 3 days of premium. That's always helpful. So, I mean, all I can say is that when you open chests like this, those 50 golds are waiting to zap you. Okay? So just hopefully you cross your fingers and get something good like 3 days of premium. 400,000 silver really is not special unless you have like a new account where you're low on silver. Okay, so we got that covered. Now, let's go look at tank war chests. Alright, tank war chests are different than the chest that you just saw. The chest that I opened was the Gods of Thunder chest. Tank war chests are different. And pirate war chests are very similar in the same way, in that you buy them with gold. Okay? You don't pay for them with actual money, like a credit card, what have you, or a gift card, etc. So what that means is, if you look here on the screen, epic prizes available: Jaguar, Era 3 ATGM tank, the EE Era 3 Tier 10 Highlander, and the Era 2 Kampfpanzer 3. This is the Turm. with the 3-axis rotating turret. In German, they call it the Turm, which means the tower. Okay, so I have the EE and the Highlander. So what happens is, whenever you end up getting a tank, this is the key thing. In a tank war chest, you're going to get a tank, hopefully one that you don't have. You really don't want to get a duplicate. And the reason why you don't want a duplicate from a tank war chest, or eventually from, say, a pirate war chest, is because the one thing you have to remember, if the chest you're dealing with is not purchased or cannot be purchased by a direct payment, your refund will be in silver. If it's purchasable by a direct payment, like the Gods of Thunder, for example, then a double would get you a refund in gold. And for example, if you remember the Metalfest war chest, those were sold where you could, buy them with actual money, credit card or gift card, whatever. But they sold those for actual cash. So those tanks, when we got refunds for those tanks, those were gold refunds. Jackpot. That's why myself, Fish, White Flies, and Johnny Reb, and everybody else that I know, let's just give you the, some names that come to mind, we're working hard on those because those gold refunds were paid in gold. I mean, that was the key. That's how I raked it in. So that's the basic deal there on the operation of the tank war chests. And like I said, the pirate war chests work exactly the same. Here you see the boat tank, Type 63 HG, the Black Diamond, the Barracuda, and the Beach Party. Now these are all there because they're, ship or water oriented. This is the boat tank. Literally, it's a boat. It doesn't float, but it's a boat. And the Barracuda, named after, the fish. That's a stretch, but hey, they did what they could, I guess. And then the Beach Party is like, well, I guess, refers to a beach, so that's close enough. It's water. I know it's a stretch, but that's the thing. So if you had all of these and then got another one, the refund would be in silver. And that's really not complicated. But now you know. So it's not even worth, really, you don't want to get one of those refunds from one of these because they're not worth really very much. It's not terrible, but it's also not great. And then here, the ones you saw that were opened, these have it, the Alpine Tiger, have the Thumper, have this 130 Sniper, and I have this 292. So, man, if I get any one of those, Jackpot City. Because that would be a gold refund, not a silver. But there's, like I said, I think I'm a couple short of doing that. And what happens is that once you won't get a gold refund tank until you get ownership of all of the prizes. So I'm a couple prizes short. So those 2 bum chests you saw for 50 gold, hey, if I would have gotten one of the tanks that I didn't have, that would have put me one step closer to potentially getting a gold refund. It's very difficult to get gold refunds because they have 15 prizes and you have to have all 15. So if you go back to Metalfest, in Metalfest, I was missing 5 tanks. And once I got the 5th one and I got super lucky, I didn't think I would get anywhere close to getting all 5 of them, but I got super lucky by getting the 5 that I didn't have, so that the 6th one that I got was a gold refund, and the 7th one that I got was also a gold refund. And so that's what jackpotted for me, was because I had all the prizes. You know, fish was the same way, white flies the same way. White flies got his completion like myself, and then cashed gold refunds. And, you know, fish had the complete set before, you know, when it first started. So he was jumping right from like day 2, I think, is when he got his first epic tank, which was the ISU 130 sniper. So he got that one, boom, like this right out of the gate. And it was just fantastic. And because of these gold refunds, we were able to score-ola the entire KISS tank collection, basically for next to nothing. So, there we go. That's my KISS tank garage. And I got all of those tanks and all the commanders. And super lucky. Let's just say that. And you know, fish did better than myself. He even got the Dragula Era 3 medium tank, all freebies because of gold refunds. So the point of having this video explaining to you the difference between gold and silver refunds is that down the road, perhaps you will be like Bernie, who did that in Christmas. And Bernie's the only guy that I know who got the Yeti tank. Now other people got it, but I didn't know any of those guys. But he was short a couple of tanks, got those 2 or 3, and then when he had them all, when he got that miracle chest, boom, Yeti tank. So that was, you know, because that was also an epic tanks setup like these chests are. So knowing this stuff can help you. It helped Bernie get his Yeti tank. It helped Fish. He had all those, and he got all the tanks. He got the entire KISS set as well. Absolutely no charge. Actually, he had profit afterwards. It was really sick. But that's because he was fully set, you know, after years. When it shows up, it's like, oh, well, you know, he has all those tanks, so every tank he's going to get, refund, gold, jackpotted. I worked my way up to getting the gold refunds for the last week, and worked great for me. So I have no complaints. So in closing, if you cannot buy those chests directly from the store with cash, etc., then the refunds you get, like the pirate chest and the tank war chest, those will be silver refunds if you get any. But on chests where you can buy it in the store with money, like Gods of Thunder or Metal Fest, those refunds, if you get any, become gold. Okay, now there's one thing I want to show you on the on the tank war chests. This is the tank war chest prize list. So let me go through this with you and explain how this works. Now, I'm not interested in tank war chests because there's no real payoff for me to spend gold to get them. And let me tell you what's going on. So you have the guaranteed, you know, epic tanks, and I'm like 30 away from that. Well, so T29, I have this, Tier 3. Tier 3 S35, have that. Tier 3 BT7 Artillery, I have that one. Tier 4 MTLS, I have this. Tier 4 the Honor, I have that one. Tier 6 Lowe's Sherman, I have that. I do not have a skull cap. That's because I'm not the Jewish. But the what is this? This is the this is the Grom, the Polish sniper, Tier 8. Do not have this one. STG. I don't have this STG. I have the STG Guardian, they're not the same. So I don't want another STG. The Guardian looks better anyway, whatever. Bandit, I have this Era 2 medium tank. Jaguar, I do not have this Era 3 ATGM. Double Tap, I got this from Christmas, so I have this tank, Tier 9, double barreled. The EE Brazilian medium tank Era 3, huge money maker. I have it. It's fantastic. Highlander Tier 10 Chinese tank. I have this one. And this is the Kanonenjagdpanzer 3 OST Turm, which means, fighting Panzer 3. The Turm is the tower. That's what it means. Turret is what it is. So it's the 3-axis turret. Era 2 don't have this. So I don't have this Turm. I don't have the Jaguar. I don't have the STG or the Grom, which is the Polish sniper, or the Skullcap. So there's 5 tanks in this stash that I don't have. And anything else I got, doubles, would be silver refunds because they're not for sale. And if you look at it from my perspective, I don't want the Skullcap. I don't need a Grom. I'm not, it's got like an awesome frontal wall armor, but I don't need it. STG, I already have one. I have the Guardian. The Guardian has the artwork on the turret and it looks way better than the regular one, but this is the regular one. I don't have the Jaguar. I'd like to have that. I don't really care about getting the Turm. So out of all the 5 that I don't have, the only one I want is the Jaguar. So, I mean, the chances are 1 out of 5 tanks that I would want to have. The other ones are like, so what? So, if I got a chest, like if there was an earn operation and I got a chest that had a tank comes out of it, bam, I'd get it. Okay, fine, whatever. But I'd have to be an idiot to pay gold to get the 5 tanks, theoretically, any of the 5 tanks that I don't have. And I don't really want 4 of them. I don't need the Jaguar, but I like playing with ATGM goof-off tanks, so I would enjoy using this. So I want it, but not going crazy to get it. That's the dealio. So for yourself, you have to look at the list and go, well, what are you interested in, using, or what you would think you would like, and then evaluate. Then is it worth it to you? Like this Grom is really cool, but I have several really good Tier 8 sniper tanks, so I don't need the Grom. But if you don't have any of those other sniper tanks, then that Grom would be awesome because it has a terrific blocking frontal wall of armor. So you got to look at it from your perspective of what's interesting to you. It's like the double tap. It looks cool. It's a double-barreled, medium tank. It looks fine. Okay, so if that's interesting, great. The Honor is really good for Tier 4. I've never used the Loza Sherman. It's one I got from a whatever. I don't even know how I got it. I didn't pay for it. Just, one of those freebies that shows up. It's like, whatever. From chest or from season pass. I don't know. Whatever. S35, decent Tier 3 medium tank. Real solid. But you have to look at the list. Like Bandit, solid Era 2 medium tank. Really good. I mean, we got this last year in season pass. I don't want to say that it was the ultimate season pass tank. It's a good, Era 2 medium tank. Real solid. So it's one of those things, if you don't have it, you got it, man, cool, that's great. But sometimes you get stuff that, you don't need. Now, like I said, the EE tank is a super tank, Era 3 medium, with a below 5-second reload. So that thing makes a fortune. You can make $100,000 like this in a game with this EE tank. So it's like you get money troubles. If you have an EE, set that dude up with a fast reload, run around like a maniac in co-op, and jackpot city. You know, you could score 8, 10, 12,000 damage without too much difficulty. And when you do that, you're going to score 100,000 plus. And if you have any ×2 silver bonuses, all right, you're going to score. So that is the dealio. By checking the prize list and go, well, I have this, or you know, whatever. It's just, to me, it's not worth getting. So there's no real incentive for me to spend 800 gold on tank war chests because the prizes aren't that great. Really, the only thing I would want is that Jaguar. What are the odds of that? Well, the odds say actually it's 40 tanks away. I would get it for sure. I'd be an idiot to buy those. Now, if I got lucky in 10 chests, that'd be great. But that's insane luck, and I don't gamble on insane luck. Now, if it was a bunch of stuff that I was looking to get, etc., it'd be a different story. So you have to look at your long-term needs versus what's available. So maybe there's some great tanks in there that you don't have that would be really helpful to you. But for me, I don't need it. Same thing with the Pirate War chest. There's just the only thing I would want out of the Pirate War chests. I'll take as many Jolly Rogers as I can get. I would like to have the Black Diamond, but it's not going to happen. So whatever, bro. It's not a big deal. So hopefully this explains it to you so you understand how the war chests work better if you didn't know beforehand. Tell your friends. Maybe this will help them. Thanks for watching the video. Look forward to seeing you guys in another video. And as always, like and subscribe. Matey.